can rise from ash. Jade, Lavender, and Scarlet Phoenix power. Together we will rise. They tried to burn us, we bloom like a flower. They didn't know we had a Phoenix's power. Phoenix power.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Jade Phoenix. We are back, and we are talking about an episode today that has teeth. But first, let me introduce my amazing co-hosts who are out there in their own individual nests. We got Crimson. What's up, buddy?
How's it going, everyone? I'm good.
And we have Lavender.
It all started when I was born.
Lavender's here
Hello,
too.
everybody. And if you haven't caught on, I'm very happy that Crimson is back again.
Yes.
He's back on the rotation.
Yes,
You missed him.
we did. Welcome back.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Yeah. No, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Oh, okay. I'm just making sure I didn't know if my audio cut out for a little bit. Yes.
No, you're
thank you.
good.
I'm happy to be back.
We're happy to have you back.
Exactly. It adds more, as I said last week, that masculine energy that what would we do without?
Pika pika.
I don't know. What would we do without?
Exactly. It's like,
Oh, wait.
I don't know.
I know.
Like,
Talk about girly shit.
yeah, exactly. Like almost like our book episode? Question mark?
I
Well,
mean,
books are for everybody, but for us, we're going book girly territory.
mm.
So.
Yeah.
So, tell us, Crimson, what is new in the
Yes.
world of the Griffins?
What's new? As of lately, not a whole lot, but I've been working on just some stuff on the back end for the business and everything for the talent touch. So just more logistic things.
Ooh. I
Always
love,
very exciting. We
I-
love seeing people making moves.
of course. We're making moves. The Phoenix Gate always makes moves. But the wonderful part about
Yeah.
the Phoenix Gate and the Talent Touch is that we are always somewhere. Like last week, where were we last week? Oh, I was in Salem.
Yes.
I've never been to Salem before. For like everybody, I know, I know, I know. Like people need to understand that, like, for someone that has been a witch most of their life, if not all of their life, you would think that I would have made a pilgrimage to Witch Mecca in my earlier years, but no, I've actually never, ever made it there until this past weekend.
I'm super excited you finally got there. Like, as someone who's gone very frequently and makes it a point to go every year, I'm so excited you finally got to go and just feel all of the just magic that's in Salem.
Crimson, you've been to Salem, right?
A good handful of times, yes.
So you guys have both been quite a few times then.
Yes.
Yes.
Would you both be mad at me if I said I was not impressed?
No, I wouldn't be mad because here's the thing. Like, it is a very cute, like, I really like it because it gives, like, whenever I'm like, wow, I wish I didn't live in New York, that's the place I picture is Salem because it's quirky, it's fun. But the reality is that it's just like a little quirky town, a little on the outskirts. So I wouldn't sit there and be like, oh my God, you're the worst person ever for not thinking it was the greatest place in the entire world. Because it's just like any other fun little quirky town, but it has like a special place in my heart for like a ton of reasons.
I mean, granted, I
My
didn't do
question
the
is-
tourist shit.
That's
like,
what I was going to say. What parts of Salem were you really going out and exploring at? That's the real thing I want to ask about that.
Well, that's the thing. This weekend, I didn't really have a lot of time to do that. Like we went up there. We were there. It was me and Lux. We had a photo shoot with the amazing Light Witch on
Oh, she's so fucking cool.
I'm so excited, and I cannot wait for the Phoenix fans out there to see these photos of the Winter's Doe and the Summer's Fox. Like, they're going to be so ethereal and amazing as all of Lightworks, which, like, all of Light Witch's work is, blah, 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 too many W's. And
Hmm.
honestly, like, we did explore a little. Like, we kind of just, like, walked, like, because we were staying at a hotel that was down the block from the witch house itself.
Very
So
cool.
we were there, and we were able to walk pretty much everywhere else. So we kind of just, like, walked the main thoroughfare, I guess. Checked out all the stores that were there.
Okay.
Obviously, we went to Blackcraft. We went to a couple other the local shops and stuff. And don't get me wrong, very quaint, very cute, cutesy pootsy stuff. I went in, of course, I had to go into the card shop because that's what I do. I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
And look, it was cute, but maybe because I didn't do the historical stuff, it just didn't hit me. Like, it just was, eh. Okay.
Yeah.
It was one of the
That's
things where it was
fair.
like, I'm like, okay, why does everybody make such a big deal about this? It's okay.
I think it plays a big part. It's like, so at least when it comes to me, and the reason why I really do like the energy of Salem, it's more, for those who don't really know, I do like hearing and listening to historical stuff. Now, to what extent, if I'm hearing the same thing I've been hearing from another culture, I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. It seems like there's no difference there. But yeah, but if it's something that's like new or like completely different story from a different culture or whatever, and again, this is more of just like from one country to another or anything like that. Um, and the story is interesting.
Mm.
The Salem story itself is interesting. That's why I get very engaged in it. And a lot of the museums as well as attractions that they have over in Salem. I think I visited one of the attractions. Trying to remember what it was. Lavender, you probably might have been to it, but it's this one where they have a whole sort of, I want to say like theatrical, but like it's like they have a stage, they act out a certain scene within some part of history when it came to the Salem witch trials.
The Witch
Yeah, the
Museum?
witch museum.
And hold
And
on.
they have all the
And then
dioramas, right? When you go downstairs.
okay, yeah, I was just gonna say that. But not only that, they have the dioramas down there, but there's also one key thing that they also have down there. Do you know? Do you remember?
I can't think of it off the top of my head. You might need to share. With me.
I think it's probably one of the bigger ones. It's the giant wooden pillar that they have from the original location when they were doing a lot of these trials from, I believe.
Wow, that's really cool. But like the one time I did it, me and my brother actually were joking about it because the tour guide that we had just looked like he wanted to like. We were like he must have been broken up with or something because he was ready to just like kill all of us. He was like, I was like, I actually feel bad for this guy. He was really, really like having a bad day. So we might have found out about the pillar, but unfortunately, our tour guide was not really in the mood.
Yeah, I
Fair
mean,
enough.
Day.
that is most likely what it is because I am also a student of history. I love that kind of stuff. I like one of my favorite pastimes is going to a museum and just spending the day there. So for me, not
Okay.
not
I think-
experiencing the historic places is probably another reason why I was just like, bleh.
Yeah, I would say you would love like the walking tours. I think personally of like the historical things to do in Salem, the walking tours are great, especially if you go with like I personally have a favorite because I've done the walking tour a few times. I love like the Witch City walking tour because they're very history based
Mm.
and they'll actually like take you to every single location in Salem and it actually ends with the witch trial memorial area that they have now at the graveyards.
Well,
So, like, I think that might have been something you would have liked.
it's
Or even just going
definitely,
outside of the town.
yeah, it's
'Cause there are
definitely
things that
one of
are
those places
there
I
off
want
the
to go
main
back.
stretch.
It's definitely one of those places I'm gonna have to go
Yeah,
back
for
to.
sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, and it's like,
Yeah.
plus also like, I had an agenda. Like, we got there, it was already like
Yeah.
mid-afternoon, and we had to check in and get settled, and then we explored a little bit, but everything closes at like 8 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Massachusetts for ya.
So there wasn't really much to do except go back to the hotel room, and then of course the Saturday was spent doing the photo shoot, and then coming down from that, and we did have a nice dinner at a really nice place, where it was just enjoyable, and then Sunday we literally got up, had breakfast, and left.
I know when it comes to around the time of Halloween,
I
I
will
know
not go
even
during
some of
high
those
season.
stores tend to. Let me finish. The stores actually do tend to be open for longer. Last time I remember.
They did mention that, but I will never set foot in Salem during high season. Absolutely the fuck not.
Nah, I'm good.
Why wouldn't you again?
I don't want to deal with those fucking crowds.
That
They're
is
not
fair.
that. That's not that bad.
Oh, it's that
I've been there
bad.
It
several times
depends.
during Halloween. I've
It
been there
depends on
almost
when you
every
go during high
Halloween.
season.
No.
I'm like,
I go
and it depends on the
around,
location.
yeah, like I go around early October, for example, because my brother's birthday is the very first day of October. So I go to visit him usually for almost a week because he lives in Boston, and we take the train over to Salem, which I love. That's actually a great train ride. But it's a little thinner, but even by then, it's packed, which is why me and my brother got into just going to like local places. Like we found so many really cool, just like local neighborhood places because we just wanted to escape the crowds. And I think that's one of the things I love about Salem is just like the community and the actual people that live there. It's really fun to go somewhere like far from the Tree Cider House, which is just all locals and it's essentially empty of tourists. And you really get to like know the vibe of the community there. And I think maybe that was part of what you were missing too, because you were just on that main stretch.
Yeah, most likely. I mean, and
Yeah.
then like we even asked around like where we could go, and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, it's very private. You have to like know somebody, or you have to be local." And I'm just like, "Oh, okay, cool. Thanks for letting us know." And then basically, like again, I did not have enough time, and like no, like I was with Lux, so did not really have that ability to go and do the things that I normally would do when I'm in a new place. So maybe next time. That's fine. But I kind of feel, and this is a nice little segue into what we will be talking about. I kind of feel like I got cheated on. I feel like I got cheated out of my Mecca moment. You know what I mean? Like, I just set foot in the fucking place that I've only heard about, read about, fucking dreamed about. And I was just like, womp, womp. I
Yeah.
was cheated.
Valid.
I was cheated, guys. And that's what I want to
Especially-
talk about today on today's episode.
Yeah.
Is cheating.
Especially when you build something in your head. It's like, what the heck?
We're talking about cheating today if you can't figure out what I am talking about,
No,
Phoenix
never.
Nation.
Never could have guessed.
No. So here's the thing about cheating, and this is a lot of things, like this is such a hot topic debate, is what is cheating? What would you guys say constitutes cheating? Because there are many definitions of it and many levels of cheating, because you could cheat on literally anything. You can cheat in a game. You can cheat on a partner. You can cheat on a friend. You can cheat on your diet. You know what I like? You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
cheating on my cat right now by petting my other cat.
Cats do take that very, very personally.
Mm-hmm. That's why the podcast kitty was screaming. I don't know if you could hear that.
So fair, because my podcast kitty is just staring at me from across my nest like, why am I not just in your arms, mother? Why must you work and toil?
So I want to hear both of your definition of cheating.
I think it depends by definition.
It depends. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, it depends on what we're talking about here, because people. That's the thing when it comes to this sort of situations. Some people are a little bit more tolerable in those aspects, depending on what it is and
Mm,
the severity of it.
yeah.
Heck, even sometimes what one person can consider severe, the other person doesn't.
Well,
But
yes.
again, that's all depending on what it is.
Oh, so then let's go just to make like life a little easy. Let's talk about what the actual definition of cheating is as per Webster's dictionary. Um, so the
Mhm.
actual definition of cheating is the act of using dishonest, unfair, or fraudulent means to gain an advantage, break rules, or violate trust, frequently for personal gain. It involves intentional deception in relationships, infidelity, academics, games, or business. Common synonyms include deception, fraud, betrayal, disloyalty, and swindling.
Okay.
I mean, that sounds about right to my definition. I mean, like, I guess what I meant by definition is like, especially in like the relationship area, it's definable. Like, it's defined by like so many different things depending on like what your lifestyle is, right? So, like, personally, like, I'm monogamous. So I would have a different idea. Like, I would consider something cheating that maybe like somebody else wouldn't on the offset visual
Okay.
from just the outside looking in.
So, in a romantic relationship, infidelity is defined as engaging in sexual or intense emotional, physical, or virtual contact with someone other than a committed partner, which is including the term micro cheating, which we will cover after I hear from Crimson.
Here, in terms of like what do you mean by like uh, trying to get some sort of answer in regards to what Caleb was talking about, or what do you mean?
Well, I mean, they give us basically four major forms of cheating: romantic relationship,
Okay.
academic, sports and games, general
Yeah, I know
deception,
that.
and fraud.
I know, but what's the question you're asking me in regards to that?
What You know what, honestly, I actually forgot my train of thought now. Thank you.
Yeah,
Oh, I
that's what I was gonna
remember.
say. It didn't sound like a question. You were just stating things, and then you were
It's okay.
Crimson. What's your thought? I'm like, what?
Okay, well,
It
it
was
seems
because Jade was
Lavender
trying to
remembers.
ask. Yes, I was going to say Jade was trying to ask. Like, I said, I agreed with the definitions that Jade shared. So, but
Yeah.
then my difference was, oh, but I would view things romantically differently because I'm personally monogamous. So some things from the outside looking in would look different to me than someone who's non-monogamous and or ethically non-monogamous.
Right,
So
like,
Yeah,
Jade's
no,
question
the
was,
same thing applies.
"Hey, Crimson,
Yeah,
what do you think?"
that's similar to what I had said previously. Like, it all depends on a person's situation when it comes to a relationship in this case, right? So, I mean, it really just all comes down to, all right, Kayla, like someone like Kayla is monogamous, or someone is poly, or it all comes down to what is really considered cheating for some individuals. Like, for
mm,
instance, like, I know certain individuals who are just like, oh, if they're even just like liking a random girl's picture, it's cheating. And it's just like,
Ooh.
okay, let's,
Pause quick.
yeah. So and listen, and if that's your mojo and that's considered cheating for you, okay, you know,
mhm,
in the case of a guy to a girl, and that you know it should apply the same, no double standards then if that's the case.
correct.
But
Exactly.
when it comes to situations like that, like, that's obviously, for me, I would consider that extreme. Other people
too.
may have different opinions on that. Okay. Whatever is your objective for your relationship, that's your objective. That's how you want to roll. That's how you want to run things. As long as it's made clear from from out the gate, okay, cool.
Right.
But yeah, no, like again, it's all circumstantial. Like again, same thing. I'm just repeating and reiterating. It's just like it comes down to the individuals, and obviously for the individuals, it has to be at least two people.
So, did you know that there are 5 different types of infidelity?
Okay.
I feel like I know
think I
some.
can name a count, but yeah.
Probably not all.
I mean, they fall into 5 different types, and I'm sure there are many more, but there are 5 main types of infidelity: opportunistic, obligatory, romantic, conflicted romantic, and commemorative.
Okay.
So, opportunistic infidelity occurs when a person is in love and attached to their partner, but it succumbs to their sexual desire for somebody else. So,
Okay.
i.e., this is the kind of like cheating and infidelity that you would have. Like, you go out with your friends to a bar and you get really fucking drunk, and the next thing you know, you're sleeping with somebody else.
Yeah.
Still cheating, but it's considered opportunistic.
There's a specific category to it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's certainly not a fucking excuse at all.
Oh no, absolutely. None of these are. Just so people know, these are not excuses. By the way.
No, no,
None
no.
of these are.
Absolutely the fuck
None
not.
of these are.
Absolutely the fuck not.
Pull the lever, crunk.
Then you have obligatory infidelity. This is a type of infidelity that is based on the fear that resisting someone's sexual advances will result in rejection. They have this is somebody that has like a very strong need for approval. It's their need for acceptance that basically, will cheat on their partner. Not because they want to, but because they need the approval that comes along with having the attention from other people.
Oh,
Like,
I know a handful of people like that.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. Then you have romantic infidelity. Now, this type occurs when the cheater has very little emotional attachment to their partner. They may be committed to their relationship and making it work, but they long for a very intimate, loving connection with someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, more than likely, if the person is like married or in a long-term committed relationship, their commitment to the marriage or the long-term relationship will prevent them from ever leaving their partner, but their desire to cheat will continue until they sort out their issues and fuck like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is romantic infidelity. That is, yeah. Still, again, people, not a fucking excuse. Now, this brings us to conflicted romantic infidelity. Now, this is the type that occurs when a person experiences genuine love and sexual desire for more than one person at a time. Despite
Blood.
I'm sorry. It just sounded kind of funny.
It's funny.
What?
It just you said I heard blood.
I said love.
I just said you said it incorrectly. You corrected yourself though. But I'm just saying it sounded funny.
Now we know what's on Crimson's mind.
You're mean. Okay.
Listen, it's just funny. But anyway, you were saying.
Your face is funny. Anyways.
I know that. That's why I laugh when I look in the mirror every morning.
I know. So, despite idealistic notions of having only one true love, it is possible to experience intense romantic love for multiple people at the same time. While such situations are emotionally possible, they are very complicated and tend to create a lot of anxiety and stress. In this case, cheating partners, in their attempt not to cause anyone harm, and often end up hurting everyone. Now, I'm going to circle back to that one because technically, people who are polyamorous would fall into this kind of infidelity, but again, because it's polyamory and there are established rules, it gets complicated and there's I think, a very much large amount of gray. So I would like to circle back to that if you guys are okay with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that brings us to the very last form of infidelity, and that is commemorative. This type of infidelity occurs when a person is in a committed relationship but has no feelings for their partner. There is no sexual desire, love, or attachment, only a sense of obligation.
Just get a divorce.
Right?
You know, like at that point, like just get a divorce. But, you know, it's easier for me to say as a woman who is not married, you know?
Yeah.
Explosion!
Well, if that is the case,
But
that brings me also to micro cheating.
okay.
Now, the definition of micro cheating are small, often subtle, and repeated behaviors that breach trust in a relationship without constituting physical infidelity. This is not you going out, making out with somebody, or sleeping with another person. This is all the other shit that can constitute as cheating if your partner is uncomfortable and you keep doing it. So,
Okay.
you guys give me an example of what you think micro cheating might be.
I would say, you know, I actually have a great example
Yeah.
from one of my past relationships. This person would allow people to, specifically women, because this person was straight, would allow women to consistently hit on them in front of me and never do anything about it. Like right in front of me. Like she'd be like leaning over me to toss to him. She'd be like pushing herself into our conversation. She would not leave us alone.
Ew.
And I originally thought he would be doing it because he didn't quote unquote understand. But as soon as I would tell him I was just crazy, I was just jealous, I was just making stuff up. And it was very uncomfortable because it'd be like, well, that woman is obviously hitting on you. It's okay if you don't think she's hitting on you, but it's clear to everybody else at this table. Could you please essentially just not humor her? That's all I was asking. But he would constantly let it happen, and I was just crazy.
Ugh.
That's what I would consider micro cheating.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, that's literally emotional boundaries.
Exactly. But then he would accuse me of cheating whenever he would, like, even though there was no evidence of it, whenever I would disagree with something like that, because it also happened with someone in our shared workspace at the time. Yeah. And then anytime I would say,
Ew.
hey, that makes me uncomfortable, he would accuse me of cheating on him all the time. And I was like, well, there's no evidence of that. I'm just asking you to respect my feelings.
What about you, Crimson?
I kind of agree in those cases. Like it's the small stuff. I would even say as far as just like, word. Like for me,
Mhm.
and this is more. This is so. Then I'm trying to articulate my thoughts. So for me, if you're one of those people, and this applies to both men and women, not even just men, even.
You what?
If you're one of those people that go under someone's post on a regular basis and keep saying it's like, oh, you're so hot, you're so beautiful, or you're so handsome, or you're like, and you do that on a regular basis, like almost damn near every post, bruh. Like,
Is that cheating?
you're it's getting to that point where it's even emotional cheating at that to that extent. You can even say it's that.
Okay, but now
It's not physical. It's like the equivalent. It's like the equivalent of like, again, if you're just like, oh, you're really pretty or whatever, it's just like, all right. But if it's like all the time, like you're just like essentially spamming their posts constantly.
So that person is the cheater.
Like, yes.
Okay.
If you're that type of person that's spamming someone else, like you have a girlfriend or whatever, and you're going onto someone else's post and doing that on a regular basis all the fucking time. First off, I already know why you're doing that. It's kind of a dead giveaway. You're doing that more to seek out attention from the said individual.
Yeah.
All right. Especially if you're doing it regularly, like regularly, not like once in a blue moon. It's like, oh, you're really pretty, or oh, you're so handsome in this picture. Nice. I like your suit, or anything like that. That's different.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're like on almost damn near every single post, okay, now like you're outing yourself without really outing yourself.
Gotcha.
Like,
Gotcha.
come on.
Have either of you experienced this? Well, I mean, Lavender just said that she has. Have you, Crimson?
Have I experienced this?
Have you experienced micro cheating? Or have you done micro cheating?
In this case, no. In this case, I've seen situations like this, but in reverse.
Yeah.
I've dated someone before in the past who would, mind you, they didn't even have to post up a picture of themselves. They could put up just they're that type of person that would typically shitpost or whatever.
Okay, trolling.
And yeah, shitpost. They'll put something funny up or whatever.
Right.
All right, cool. They'll put it up, and on occasion, like either a dude that she knew or a random dude that would and mind you, this individual just accepts all friend requests.
Oh.
Why? I do not understand. But the fact that some of these people would go under her posts, again, not selfies, and just say the most sexual things, and all they would do would just laugh react to it and not be like, yeah, I'm blocking this individual, or that's just,
Yeah.
what? Like that's not crossing a line. That's not crossing the boundary. I think that's pretty like right out the gate crossing a boundary at that point.
I don't disagree with you. I have been on the receiving end of that. I've also, honestly, when doing research for this episode, realized that I also am guilty of it. Because I did not realize that, like, certain behaviors would be considered micro cheating, even of my own.
Yeah.
Like, and here's the thing. I'm not that kind of person that's like, once you tell me that I'm doing something that you don't like, I'm going to continue doing. I'm not going to do that. As soon as you tell me that there is a behavior that you do not, that my partner or whatever tells me I don't like this, I immediately will change my behavior. And granted, I'm no saint here. Sometimes, depending on the partner that I was with, okay, this is also depending on the partner that I was with, I would not change my behavior for the good. I'm not proud of that, but at least I can take accountability.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Why do people cheat? Is it because they want to, like, or is it the opportunity? Like, are they just selfish? Are they really going through like emotional neglect in their own actual relationships? Are they?
I think again, it falls down to like a lot of factors on that.
It does.
Yeah,
it
I have to
does.
agree with
Situation.
I-
Like sometimes, let's just say this. We'll put a situation out. Let's put something in perspective, so that way, like you get like a starting point with it. So
Yeah.
say like you're someone, for example, there's nothing wrong with the relationship at all. Like nothing. you guys work well with each other. There's no like arguments. Because I'm gonna be let's say just like, hey, let's be realistic here.
What?
There's no relationship that there's gonna be zero arguments. There's
Oh.
gonna be some.
Yeah, if you're
And
not arguing, then you're not in a relationship.
Individual, if
You done
you
goofed.
and for anyone out there that thinks that zero arguments in a relationship is your like goal, you already failed before you even started.
Agreed.
So aside that, like the standard minimal, like back and forth arguing on maybe certain subjects or topics or situations, right? That you go, you and the other individual get into.
Mm.
The norm. Aside from that, everything else perfectly fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are still certain individuals that will still do it mainly for the sake of they like the adrenaline of it,
The dopamine.
the dopamine. It's like, like I'm doing this, and the fact that sometimes the fact that it's in secret, that's the part that really gives that gets their rocks off.
It's an addictive loop.
Mm-hmm. So
completely agree
I know
with
there's
you.
certain individuals. Yeah, there's certain individuals that's what they love about it. It's the fact of that, the fact that they're able to, like, something I'm gonna be able to get away with.
Yeah.
Like, and again, this reiterating, the relationship is perfectly fine. Literally, they'll even sit there and say, there's nothing else I would have wanted in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And they still do it. Now, again, sometimes what really sucks is that these individuals too will still continue along with the relationship knowing what they've done.
Yeah.
And probably still continue to do it.
Yeah.
It sucks more for the other individual.
Yeah.
Because the fact that, sometimes it's either with them knowing that it happened before and don't know how many times it's happened afterwards, if they're still with them or not.
Ugh.
At that point, or just not knowing at all. And, I guess for the lack of better words, ignorance is bliss. You don't know. You don't stress about it.
That's rough, buddy.
I mean,
So
it comes down to, and this is like, were they unhappy or are they just trash?
Like I previously stated, it's not even because they were unhappy. It's just literally, like you were saying, honestly, they're just garbage individuals.
I mean,
best way to put it.
Listen, I am a person that has literally, except for like two relationships that I've been in, I have been cheated on in every single relationship that I've ever been in. And I don't mean like the little like flingy flings, or anything like that. I mean every meaningful long-term relationship that I've ever been in, except for two of them. And that is the most recent ones. I've been cheated on.
Yeah.
Every single one. So now here's the question. Am I the trash? Or do I just date trash?
May I say you just date trash?
Oh, thank you.
Not of your current relationship. But the reason I say that is because I have also fallen into that predicament. Even if it's like, I was cheated on or they were just a shitty person, it can get really difficult to pull yourself away from that mindset that, oh, I must be the problem because someone else behaves a certain way towards me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been something I've really needed to deconstruct and really almost reframe how I view myself. through therapy. Because it's so easy for any of us to be like, oh, I date shitty people, so that must mean I'm shitty. When in reality, a lot of the time, it's just you are very empathetic to certain people. You care a lot about certain people. You give a lot of yourself to certain people. And unfortunately, shitty people will take advantage of that.
That is true.
Relationship-wise or friendship-wise.
That is true.
There's one thing I will say. There's also the option of also maybe just making bad choices.
Yeah.
You're looking for the wrong things. Where, because I'm gonna say this too, just like, oh, you know, this individual looks like a very like stand-up individual, and they'll just jump straight into a relationship and not know, again, not truly knowing how that person really is. Again, and I'm also taking into consideration, yes, there are certain individuals out there who are very good at masking.
Yeah,
That does
that's
not
Nani?
mean.
That is a thing.
I know. I caught you. I caught anybody before they said it because I already know. Not saying that, you know, not saying that, oh, you know, if you don't have to pay attention. No, I understand there are individuals that are capable of doing that, but not everyone. So it doesn't mean now you just forego, you know, getting to know the individual and this and that, and you just try to, you know, you still need to pay close attention to certain signs, right?
Right.
Certain behaviors and all that. You'll kind of catch on when you start like getting to know the individual a lot more and more.
Right.
Also, if you're getting in a relationship and you do not spend enough time yet to solidify whether or not the relationship is valid, do not jump into it until you're absolutely certain. And if you're not capable of making the time, then maybe you shouldn't be spending or, you know, wasting the other individual's time or wasting yours.
I agree.
You know?
Because honestly, it's still
To quote like my favorite show in BoJack Horseman, there's a great line where they say, well, with rose-colored glasses, all the red flags just look like flags.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we as people are capable of making bad choices, not to a detriment of we're bad people, but because we want to see the best in certain people or we create ideas of people only for them to not really be the reality of that other person.
Well, I think this is where boundaries and self-respect come in.
Oh, 100%.
Because a lot of
And
people
look,
are
it's
going to
learned.
define cheating, and everyone's going to have a different answer. And I'm going to tell you straight up right now, a lot of them are going to be wildly convenient. Like,
Yep.
yeah. So, I mean, when it comes down to it, is someone who does, okay, I'll give you two a scenario. You are with your partner for a year. Let's say that you guys you've hit a year, and you find out that for the last 4 months, let's give it 4 months, that partner has been talking to other women, and then in the last month or so has effectively started cheating on you behind your back. Do you?
Fuck no.
Well, yes. Are you justified going out and cheating on your partner back, or do you just do the right thing and end the relationship?
No, just end the relationship. But
I agree.
granted, I have a very and we always kind of joke about it here on the cast. I have a very morally right or wrong sometimes way of thinking, and I can't help it. It's with having autism, right? So that would be my answer. But I don't want that to come off as, oh, I'm judging anyone who may have been caught in that situation and did not. So I want to make sure I make that clear as well.
I'd say I agree with Lavender because for me, I've had multiple relationships where I've had a partner that cheated on me, right?
Bitches.
And a lot of people would be like, honestly, if you did the same, it wouldn't like you would have been valid for doing so. But I'm just like, why am I going to waste time and energy to do it? Because let's keep it real. Because I'm just like, my time is precious to me. I'm not going to just purposely go look out for a fling to mess around with just to get vengeful.
Yeah.
I get my vengeance in different ways. And two,
Like,
why
how
am I?
creepy that sounded.
It's ominous.
Why am I exactly? Why am
It's
I
called a
going
hustle,
to?
sweetheart.
Damn straight. Why would I damage my own character? In a sense, and again, this is for me. This is my mindset. This is how it is for me. I would not damage my own character to be like, oh, given the right circumstances or whatever certain circumstances, he'll cheat. No, I'm leaving. I'm out. You waste my time. This shit ain't right for you. Okay, I'm out. That's it.
Right.
100%.
So,
And guess what? I am now all that energy you got that was pouring into you gone. Gone.
Agreed.
All the nice little things that I bought you, all the nice little whatever things I would do for you, gone. Like, that's it. You ain't getting any more of that.
betrayal trauma is real.
Yeah. So that's why I'm just like, you know what? I as me as an individual, I just do it that way, where I'm just like, hey, you want to do it? Cool. That's on you. You want to damage your own, reputation and just sacrifice your own morals for, whatever reason or whatever purpose you might have had to do it in the first place. By all means. The only person that's looking bad in this situation is you.
So
I'm walking away, but
now here's
my character stays intact.
Here's my follow-up question to that. Someone who is once a cheater, are they always a cheater, or can they be reconciled and never do it again? Like, what would you trust someone that opens up to you and says, "I have cheated before in my past relationships"? But given you
how long ago was it?
Right, but that I'm asking, like, what if they turned around and they gave you the same scenario where, my partner cheated on me, so I went out and I cheated on my partner, kind of a thing, tit for tat. Would that be a forgivable offense, or is that just somebody that automatically is like, oh no, I can't fucks with you?
Really depends. I know that's a
Now,
cop-out
again,
answer, but
yes,
it's the truth. It depends on the circumstance. And I feel like I've grown enough as a person to realize that while I sometimes have black and white thinking, most human beings don't. So
yes.
I can understand that things happen, but there needs to be I guess a certain level of trust with a person.
Yeah.
For me to be like, okay, I totally I understand you wouldn't do that to me type thing, and I appreciate that you're actually telling me about it instead of keeping it from me. So it's very situationally based.
Yeah, I agree.
So what I will say is I agree with Lavender, but to piggyback off of that, I'll even throw in some very specific things in there too. When you mentioned the tit for tat.
You may. It's tit for tat. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. When it comes to a tit for tat sort of situation, one thing that sometimes will concern me about certain individuals is I've seen people who are like that, but you don't even have to, the other individual doesn't even have to cheat in order for them to do that. They'll just get into a big argument and they'll go and do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then at that point, it's like, oh, you pissed me off. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to go fuck around. They won't say it, but they'll go and they'll do it. Like, I'm going to go cheat.
Exactly.
Is that type of mindset? That already tells as a person, if you're dealing with a partner that is like that, run.
Agreed.
Run. Do not stay. Don't try to be like, oh, but if I didn't make them upset or whatever. No. Leave.
So
that's your cue to exit stage left.
Yeah, I'm going to say, and this is why now I'm going to circle back to what I wanted to talk about earlier. Cheating versus polyamory.
Totally different things.
Agreed. But society as a whole does not view polyamory as anything more than ethical cheating or sanctioned cheating. I've heard it being referred to as that once in a while, as myself, who is a polyamorous individual. I have heard that term thrown around where it's literally known as sanctioned or ethical cheating. It's not the case. That's not even close to the case, but I would like to know your thoughts on it, because does that fall into the romantically complicated category of infidelity, or is polyamory legitimate? Because I'm sorry, I fully believe that it is a legitimate fucking thing.
I will even throw, and this is going to sound like a different topic in and of itself, but it's, I'll even throw religion in there.
Okay.
Anybody who says that, also, for one, I can already tell you're not cultured enough. I'm going to throw an insult your way.
Oof.
You're definitely not cultured enough, because if you were cultured enough, you would even see in different cultures, there are men who have multiple wives.
And women who have multiple husbands.
And they don't call that, and they don't have, and they're not considered cheating. That's because it's part of their culture.
Their religion.
So like you were saying there, Jade, it comes down to the culture itself too, and religion, of course, but that falls with the culture. Let's summarize it with culture. It comes down to the culture.
Okay.
But in actuality, that's not really true, because there's so many different like cultures that see it just like, this isn't a problem. Like, this is actually very normal.
Mm.
In this case, it's like, for instance, like for us here, especially now, I'm gonna throw LGBTQ, into the mix a little bit too with this.
Yeah, because
Before
technically polyamory does fall under the umbrella.
Not even just that. I'm gonna go even simpler. Just the starting stages of it.
Okay.
When people were gay, men, women, when they were just even openly gay, it was blasphemous. It was like, you're gonna burn in hell for your transgressions and for the actions that you're doing. Like, now it's a lot more, I want to say 100%, it's a lot more accepted into the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could walk down the street as a gay couple and you won't have people fucking, throwing out fucking curse words at you and fucking saying you're gonna burn, and like like nowadays it's not like that. But let's throw this into the mix. Now, if you go to the same culture that it's okay to have multiple wives, you would probably, I would be surprised if you get stoned. Not say you would, but damn near. Like, the fact that anybody would even find out you were gay, you would be in some serious trouble.
Yeah.
Like, that's how egregious it is. So the fact that there's people nowadays that are saying like, polyamory, it's just sanctioned cheating. No, the hell it's not. As long as both individuals, or I'm not both, all the individuals are understanding terms of this, whatever the relationship is, right? It's not cheating. It's not cheating. If all parties are in agreement with it, it's not cheating. Now, if you're over here saying, now if it's, it could be different situations with the same aspect with cheating and like actual cheating. Let's throw this as an example, right? Just so for people who don't understand poly as much. If you're in a poly relationship, let's say one individual has two other partners, right? And that same individual goes out and gets a third without letting the other two know, that is cheating.
Yes.
That is cheating, because you're letting the other individuals know. Because that's the thing. A lot of people, they'll jump into poly and think that it's like, I get to sleep with whoever I want. I get to be with whoever I want. But in actuality, it's not really true. It's honestly, you know what I would call it, and depending if you know where you are on the, you know, and with whether you're heterosexual or gay or wherever on that sort of spectrum, you know, it's I would go even as far as to say it's just like, oh my goodness, I lost my train of thought now too.
I can see that.
I had something and I lost it.
I don't
Mm,
know.
You lost it. You lost
I just
it.
had a I just had a brain fart. I was cooking for a second. I was cooking.
Oh, wow.
Oh, hold on.
Let him cook.
Let him
Um,
cook.
oh
No
my
touching.
God.
No, it's
Oh,
gone.
I
Bella, where the hell
had
have you
it.
been,
I
loco?
had it. Oh my goodness, I had it and it slipped for a millisecond. It's gone. Oh my goodness. But to just summarize the whole thing, like as long as all parties are good and they understand the circumstances and everyone's informed on who is sleeping with who or any of that regards, you know, and again, there's even oh, I know what it was. I if it's like say like multiple different partners, like let's just say two main partners, you're always gonna have main partners. There's the let's just say for you know simplicity's sake, we have a man and a woman, right? Two main partners. If you know, and both let's just say heterosexual. Again, simplifying it a little bit. Um, each partner has like two other partners or whatever. Like at that point, I call poly honestly like a very it's like monogamous with extra steps. If that makes
Ugh,
any sense.
it
Like
does.
is yeah, it's like monogamous but with extra steps.
It's
Like
monogamy
you
on
have to take
steroids because you have to take everybody in your polycule, in your relationships, in every single person's boundaries, every single person's feelings, every single person's preferences, every single person's
and
hey.
all details.
Oh God, it is a lot. It is very much a lot, but it is very rewarding.
It's like so that's again for those individuals that say it's just like, oh, it's still cheating. I'm like, no, it's not. It's like you want a relationship on hard mode? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
Here you go.
yeah. So
For all those souls players out there that want a relationship and want a challenge, go ahead. Take on two partners at once.
oh my God, it is not for the weak.
No.
It's not for the weak. But closing thoughts on this, Lavender. Cheating.
I would say, you know, I think the big thing with cheating is it's wrong. I wish I could say something better. Like it's wrong, but also like there's a people's opinions of cheating are very different. And let's just make sure no one's taken from this. The to play the devil's advocate, don't be Jonah Hill. Because we were talking a lot about emotional boundaries. We don't like men who use therapy language to keep women from having autonomous relationships and feelings and actions. So that's not what we're saying. But what we are saying is when you're doing something that is inherently harmful, then for me it is cheating. Just because you post a bikini pic on Instagram does not mean that you're cheating. And polyamory is a very real thing, and people really need to respect it because these are consenting adults who are all communicating and keeping, I don't want to say keeping tabs, that's not right, but communicating and collaborating together as partners, but also allowing themselves to have individual relationships that further fulfill themselves. And people just need to really understand that that's a whole basket. And you don't need to understand it, but you need to respect it because it's a very real thing. And there's just because you might look at it and not get it does not mean that there aren't a group of consenting adults in the background leading a very healthy, open communication style of relationship.
I agree.
Yep.
Crimson, final thoughts?
Just make sure all parties know what's going on.
It's not.
I'm just gonna say it up front, like, yo, stop fucking around. Just stop. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's
If you're
fair.
gonna be to get in a relationship, and you know you have certain things that you have bad habits of, either you get yourself fucking therapy and fix them, or if you decide to go into a relationship knowing you have these problems, don't waste people's time.
Yeah, I agree.
No.
I agree. So, my closing thoughts on this: cheating, it does not matter what the motive is. It does not matter what the relationship, was like. If you are unhappy and you decide to go and find happiness outside of the established relationship that you have, you should be strong enough to leave the relationship that you're in. I
Amen.
I honestly don't, as someone who has been cheated on multiple times, and I admit I have done it back, it's not an excuse. It is not an excuse. It has taken me years to get over the trauma that came with the cheating, the self-worth issues and the boundary issues and all sorts of other things. It has taken me years to get to a semi-healthy place in a way that I can maintain honest, valid, trusting, and amazing relationships. And it is possible to get there if you are willing to take accountability and you're willing to do the work and go through the process, because you cannot have healing and unity with anyone until you do accountability and understand you're fucked up in any way, shape, or form.
We
And
all are.
that's literally what I'm going to leave us with. I want to thank you all for coming to our Phoenix Gate talk and listening to us on our soapbox. And honestly, if you are someone who has been cheated on, or hell, even if you are the cheater, get therapy. Not just because you're a cheater or because you're a piece of shit, but also if you have had that problem, please find therapy, talk to someone. It is okay to know that you're not alone. Therapy is a good thing. Therapy is a tool. It should be used more often. And I know that a lot of people don't have access to that. But the Phoenix Gate is here to listen to you and your stories. So if you guys feel you ever want to reach out, hit us up on our socials. Let us know what you think of this episode. Give us a like on any of our social media. And if you ever want to just come shoot the shit, come to the actual physical store that we have out in the Broadway Mall. So I'm done.
Yep.
I'm done plugging. I love you all. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye.